Hi, welcome to In the House with James Crocker, the James Crocker Real Estate Team. Um, I have a question here from a buyer, and she's out there looking for a home, and she says, I'm having very much difficulty getting an offer accepted. What are some tips that you can give me to give me a better chance in this tough market? So, Carolyn, obviously, we're on an extreme seller's market. And just to give everybody out there an idea of what this means, is this would be a balanced market, okay? Balanced. 6 months of inventory is a balanced market. What that means is if no one put their home on the market starting today, it would take 6 months for all the houses to sell. That would be a balanced market. We have 1 month of inventory, which means our market's more like this. If no one put their home on the market starting today, we have roughly about 1 month before all of them run out. What that means is that there are many more times the amount of buyers out there as there are sellers. So the demand is very high and the supply is very low. So there are four things that I would recommend to anyone that's buying a house to have a greater chance of getting an offer accepted. And two or three of them are so pleasant, but you got to do what you got to do to compete. So number one is don't wait 3 or 4 days to go see a house. If you see a house that your realtor is sending you or you see something online, if you wait 3 or 4 days to go see it, the chances are it's going to be gone. You want to go see it on day one. Now, in this market, there are a lot of situations where sellers are only allowing showings on the weekend. So you might see something come on the market Wednesday, and your agent will tell you, hey, we can't see it till Saturday because the seller's not allowing showings. And that happens. But other than that, you want to get on it fast. You cannot wait. The house will be gone, especially if it's a nice one. The second thing that you can do is waive the inspection objection. What that means is when you make an offer on a house, you're going to go do an inspection. And in most cases, in most situations, you're going to say, I want the seller to fix this, 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 and this. Um, you're basically going to tell the seller in the contract, hey, I'm buying the house as is. I'm not going to ask you to fix anything. Now, you're still going to want to do an inspection to make sure there isn't any mold or the foundation isn't cracked or there aren't any major structural issues. If there's any of those things, you can still terminate the contract if the contract's written correctly. But as far as petty things that wouldn't be a deal breaker for you, you're not going to ask the seller to fix any of those things. So if it's you versus another buyer and you've offered to buy the home as is and the other buyer hasn't, you obviously have an advantage over that person. The third thing that you can do is offer to pay more than what the appraisal price is. So let's say, for example, you made an offer on a house that was valued that you thought was worth 235,000 based on what you looked at and what your realtor told you, and you went ahead and offered 246. And let's say the appraiser comes back and appraises it at 240,000. Well, your bank is only going to loan you up to whatever the appraisal price is. So if you've offered 246 and it comes back and appraises at 240, obviously you have a problem. In that situation, the seller will either have to come down to that price, you'll have to come up with another 6,000, or the contract terminates. So what you can say when you initially make the offer is, hey, if the appraisal comes back low, I'm going to give you this amount in cash to get us closer to the full purchase price that I've offered. It can be $1,000, it could be 5,000, it could be 10,000. It just kind of depends on the scenario, and your real estate agent would be able to advise you on those things. That's going to be big as well in getting your offer accepted. If two people have offered 245 and everyone believes the house is worth 230, for example, and one of them is willing to make up $3,000 over the appraisal price if it appraises low, obviously their offer is worth $3,000 more than the other one. The fourth thing that I recommend is what I call an escalation clause. And there are a lot of agents out there that use them, and there are a lot that don't even know about them. Basically, what an escalation clause is if you take a look at a house you like, you decide you want to make an offer on it, your realtor is going to go back, he's going to run comps, he's probably going to send them to you and let you look at them as well if he's a good realtor. And you're going to say, okay, this house is worth 245. Let's say they're asking 250. Well, in this market, it wouldn't be unheard of to go ahead and offer the 250, but you could offer the 245. Either way, it doesn't matter. You can say, okay, I'm going to offer you 245, or I'm going to offer you 250, and I'm going to beat any competitive offer by $1,000 up to a certain point. So you could say in the contract, when you submit the offer, I'm going to beat any competitive offer you have by $1,000, and I'm going to go all the way up to 262,000 with proof of a competitive offer. So if they have received an offer at 255, that essentially means that you're saying, hey, I'll pay you 256 for it. And this works really well because you don't know if they've got 5 or 6 offers, you don't know where they're at. You have no idea. And the higher you go on that escalation clause, the greater the chance that your offer is going to get accepted. If you do all 3 of these things on an offer, which isn't always the best move, it kind of depends on the scenario, there's a really good chance your offer is going to get accepted. So these are some things that you can do to combat the situation. I know it's frustrating out there. I, as a realtor, get frustrated with it. The buyers that I work with get frustrated. It's inevitable that you're going to get outbid a couple times, but be patient and just understand what to expect, and go out there and you will get an offer accepted. I've gotten 7 or 8 buyers a home already this year, so it is doable. Okay. If you want to search for homes, feel free to click on the link here. It's thecrockergroup.com. You can also ask questions and feel free to send me an email on the website. You can also give me a call at 303-280-4950 if you have any questions. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like the video. I'll have a lot more of these coming. I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching my video, and have a great day.